Hello, hello, hello. It is tea time. Time for some ripe. Non-sourcing. Looks about right. Yeah, perfect. Color on that. Nice. Magic Teapot. I don't know anything about this. I've not looked it up. Don't know about the pricing. Pretty soft. Soft pressing, it looks like. Let's get into it. Good morning, everybody. So some of the things that I'm assessing with a ripe, going in blind, knowing, like I said, nothing about this, I am going to be looking for cleanliness. I'm going to look for the smell off of the Gaiwan first thing, cleanliness of the liqueur. So there's no, wow, nice. Actually, it smells really nice. There's no sweaty smell, sour basement, kind of like sometimes basements can get kind of a humidity and get this kind of like slightly gunky, nasty smell to them. And some teas can have that. This does not. This definitely has a really intense dark cherry wood flavor or smell on it, and then also a little camphor for sure. So smelling intriguing, certainly. The material is quite dark. The cherry wood is really prevalent. Yeah, has a medicinal quality for sure. Cool. This smells like it's going to be a little strong. Stronger than some processing. And some people want to age that out for a year or two. I'm not opposed. I don't know when the Mauchai was produced for this. I will go ahead and get on the computer right here and take a look. One sec. Okay, cool. So Mauchai press tea from spring and autumn 2023, wet piled at the end of 2023, and oh my gosh, just 150 kilograms total pressed. Wow, pretty crazy. That's the volume. Good on you, Scott. You guys are doing awesome. Pesticide free, at least according to the 404 pesticide residues that they tested for. Appreciate that transparency as well. And for $44 for 357 grams, this is what I would consider to be in the kind of value daily drinking category. So I'm excited to give this a shot. See how it goes. Cheers. Nice. Very fruity. It's very sweet. This is kind of a ripe that I think would be a really good introduction to ripe for some people. Not because it necessarily hits the category dead on. In fact, maybe not at all. I mean, not at all. It definitely tastes like a ripe, but because it's very approachable. It's very sweet. I don't expect something like this, where it is today, to age into something a bit more mellow and relaxed. It's kind of already mellow and relaxed today. Definitely gonna hit this with the boiling water. I think for folks who are looking for, there's a nice little hint of bitterness at the end. It's hard to even call it bitterness, really. Yeah, I think if folks are looking for really darker flavors in their ripes, you're a bit more of a coffee drinker, this might not be exactly it. Viscosity is nice. A little bit of creaminess. It's not the richest, I'd say. Just depends on what you're after for ripe. This is actually, I mean, let's do the math on that. So yeah, 12 cents a gram, something like that. You can kind of expect your daily morning ripe to cost you 60 cents, 70 cents. So really reasonable. I'm giving this much more time. That's hot. Pleasantly surprised. Not getting really any of the camphor kind of flavor at all. It's very, very fruity. Interesting. It definitely still is that kind of medicinal nose, camphor kind of thing happening on it. You can see the liqueur is now much darker. So pushing it here on the viscosity, we'll experience some more bitterness, maybe some of the deeper flavors. Pretty clean overall. There's a little bit of kind of, I wouldn't call it sediment, but little like white strands of stuff on the top of the soup. I'm extremely skeptical that I'm going to be able to get this on camera, but we'll see. Yeah, there's no way to see that. On camera, really? Yeah, that's okay. Round two, cheers. Nice. Interestingly, one of the higher noted ripes, not necessarily what I typically expect from ripe. If you're into cherry wood, if you're into the sort of fruitier notes, if you like a dark cherry Pepsi or something like that, this is definitely kind of like that. A little bit of the vanilla thing happening, not really any of the kind of darker cacao, deep woody, mineral-y thing as much. This is, for me, a lighter ripe. So again, I would be buying this to drink ASAP. I would not be expecting to age this at all. Interestingly, in the nose, getting a little bit more intensity, but not really tasting it in the cup. And I gave that boiling water in I don't know, 15 seconds on the second steeping. So you'd expect to get into it. Nevertheless, look, if you're drinking ripe first thing in the morning on an empty stomach, like I am, then these really might be kind of flavors that you prefer. And if you don't want your stomach upset, this is the kind of thing that definitely is not going to do that. Yeah, the fruitiness on this is crazy. It's kind of plummy a little bit too. The viscosity, like 5.5, 6. Nice, yum. I think this is good. This has Denny's stamp of approval for sure. If I was gonna try different ripes, I would put this one earlier in the ripe drinking session because I think it's much lighter. Not a bad thing, by the way, at all. And my personal preference is that I do like balance of high notes and deeper notes. I think this maybe lacks slightly in the kind of depth that you can get from some ripes. And those ripes tend to need a couple years because to age out the really intense flavors that can happen. Given that this is basically 2 years off of the wet piling, there's really no funkiness whatsoever on this, which is nice. Yeah, this is ready now. And for $44 for a F ton of tea, I don't know. I might even pick this up. yeah, when I bring this as my like default morning brew, I don't know. I kind of think I want something a little bit darker in the profile, personally. So, but I do have a couple more samples from Yunnan sourcing to check out. Really reasonably priced. I mean, and I think I just love that. Tea should be something that you can get into without breaking the bank, and 357 grams is a lot of tea. Cheers. So sweet. Wow. Yeah, very nice. This is kind of like, it sounds kind of weird, but like, this is kind of like a summer ripe for me, which is a strange thing to say, but yeah, it's like I want to drink this in kind of the longer day, especially in the Northwest, we have very long days in the summer, kind of the hot, I don't want something so dark and stormy and bold. I want something a little bit lighter. I wouldn't call this crisp by any stretch, but just higher noted. There's a lot of sweetness, a lot of fruit in this. I think this is the ripe that actually maybe brewed with a little bit less leaf. My wife might enjoy. I don't really know. Kind of skeptical. She really only likes very flowery, fruity teas, which is totally cool. Not really measuring anything when I'm brewing this out for everybody here. But yeah, this is nice. I'd say give this a shot. Definitely check this one out. And let's see how much the sample is for a 25 gram sample for $6.25. It's really easy to get your foot in the door and see what you think on this one. So yeah, I would check this one out. This is really nice. Let's see here. Tea grown in Mangong village in the Bongdong region area of Linkan. And yeah, this is really approachable. So check this one out. I think I'll have the link in the description below. Hey, trying to get to 10,000 subscribers this year. So I appreciate all the regulars watching. And of course, if you have not yet subscribed, feel free to subscribe. Lots of pu'er content as well. Talk to you all soon. Bye-bye.